Good evening and hello world. We are broadcasting live via the internet to the entire planet. Welcome to another episode of Midnight's Edge After Dark. And joining us today is, as always, Mr. Tom Connors.
What planet are we broadcasting to?
We'll set the Alpha 5, but unfortunately they're not going to be able to get us much longer. So, But anyway, this is Set the Alpha 5. So anyway, we have a special guest, the one, the only, the Overlord, Victor Van Doomcock.
Greetings out there in SETI Alpha 5. Love your eels. They're lots of fun.
Oh shit!
Yeah, so let's just jump in. We got a few people in the chat. Hopefully more will join us. Oh, now we have 24 watching in the chat.
Hey.
Thank you for joining us as always, everyone. Love to have you here. Let's welcome. Catfish says, "Welcome to Tom Rothman After Dark." Maybe Tom will join us in a little while.
Never know.
Never know. So let's jump in. We got actually some news about a series near and dear to my heart. Unfortunately, probably not near and dear to a whole lot of other people's hearts. Indiana Jones. By the look of the thumbnail, you would have guessed it. First of all, the news is Indiana Jones has been pushed back to 2000. It's going to miss its July 2020 release date. And I think that's a good thing, because the further this gets pushed back, the more chance that it's not going to happen, or they'll have to recast, because Harrison Ford's 75, he'll be 78 by then. I mean, come on, you're gonna really a 78-year-old man jumping onto the back truck.
I gotta find it. What do you got? I gotta find the potty. I gotta find the potty right now. No. Never mind.
Poop pants. So anyway, Indiana Jones and the Fountain of Depends Diapers. I don't know. Anyway, this comes to us from this bit's from Deadline. The fifth Indiana Jones directed Steven Spielberg film starring Harrison Ford has been pushed back by months, perhaps even a year. Spielberg is in pre-production on a West Side Story remake and is also looking to direct Mark Rylance in the historical drama The Kidnapping of Edgardo Mortara. I like to say Edgardo Mortara. I like saying that. Also, Indiana Jones, and this actually is the second part of this news, which we do not like reporting here. Also, Indiana Jones screenwriter Jon Kasdan has yet to sign his deal, but will reportedly do so to give the pick a polish after David Koepp's first draft. Indiana Jones will now miss its July 10, 2020 release date, though through 4 movies, Indiana Jones franchise has racked up close to $2 billion worldwide. And the second bit is from Collider, as Lucasfilm, and take it what you will. You know, I'm just the messenger here, people. I have no love for Collider. As Lucasfilm recalibrates the future of its Star Wars franchise, the company is also pressing forward with its other marquee property. As Jon Kasdan, Solo, a Star Wars story, and that's his only credit, has signed to replace David Koepp as writer of Indiana Jones 5, multiple sources tell Collider. Representatives for Kasdan, Disney, and Lucasfilm had no comment. Producer Frank Marshall, Mr. Kathleen Kennedy is associated with this. Oh, the joy. Producer Frank Marshall did not respond to a request for comment, nor did Koepp or his representative. Steven Spielberg is directing the sequel, which will star Harrison Ford, and what will likely be his final turn as the daring archaeologist, according to media reports that point to Indy's whip being passed down to a younger actor, perhaps actress. Koepp, then it won't be Indiana Jones. Koepp was hired to write in the Indy 5 script in 2016, having written the previous installment in the series 2008's Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. He has been one of Spielberg's go-to scribes for years, writing such films as Jurassic Park, The Lost World, and War of the Worlds, not to mention non-Spielberg blockbusters like Spider-Man and Mission Impossible. I open the floor to you, your overlord.
Well, I think it's a goddamn disgrace. I mean, let's okay, so Cop needs to be rewritten for some reason. Let's look around. Let's find a successful screenwriter that can really add something to the Indiana Jones franchise. Hey, I know. How about that guy that flushed Solo down the toilet? How about that guy? Let's go ahead and get that guy. We need some of that pansexual magic shoved right up the fans' ass because, they love that shit. And my nipples explode with fucking delight at the thought of goddamn Jon Kasdan writing anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be wonderful.
Yeah. First, Larry Bernard, thank you for the $10 super chat. We always appreciate that. We thought that the fridge was the worst thing that could have been done to Indy. Jon Kasdan, as a writer, can take us to new terrible places. Nepotism is a great job if you can get it, and John can. That's right. And we were just saying about this off the air. Would he have gotten this job if he were anybody else's son? No, he would not have. Hollywood is just a place where you're born on third base and you hit a triple.
Right.
Yeah.
And did you take some medications or something today, sir?
Me?
Doomcock. He didn't rip that as much as I thought he was gonna.
I'm just fucking disgusted, It's like, what can you say? It's like this guy is the guy that baited fans with that whole Lando's pansexual thing. It's just more of the same. It's like they want a guy that is going to insult fans. And that's what he'll do. Just like, Ruin Johnson, just like fucking Boyega, some guy that'll get on Twitter and piss the fans off because that's their brand, I guess. They want to make sure to alienate everybody as much as fucking possible. And so they're going to turn Indiana Jones into a fucking, I don't know, pansexual. There's going to be Indiana Jones and the waist-high knothole in the tree. Indiana Jones and the goddamn sex change operation. God only fucking knows.
Well, good news. Good news. I just got that fly that's been buzzing around my room, so that's woohoo. At least that's something.
You would think that Disney would have learned its lesson. Maybe, perhaps.
No. They don't learn. They do not learn. They do not.
Well, this is Lucasfilm's choice, I'm sure.
Yeah.
This is Kathleen Kennedy's last fuck you to the fans, perhaps. Because, like you said, I mean, it'd be one thing if this was somebody who actually earned their way. Yeah, he's a young writer. He's been writing this, that, and the other. Solo might have been a misstep. No. This kid is only writing because of who his daddy is. And, frankly, I'm not even sure how much his dad had to do with Solo. We were talking about this ahead of time, too. It's like, because that film does not feel like it was written by Lawrence Kasdan. I believe more of Jonathan Kasdan wrote that movie because, like Doomcock, we brought up how many different films has, Lawrence Kasdan been attached to that are masterpieces, and then he writes this monster piece? No, I don't buy that.
No, I don't buy it at all. I think it's a bunch of shit. Purely nepotism, and it's just more evidence that Kathleen Kennedy needs to fucking go. And what the fuck is Iger's problem? Honestly, I heard about that, of course, that conference call that he made. And it's ridiculous. It's like, oh, I'd fire you, except I can't find anyone else to take one of the highest profile jobs in fucking Hollywood. Are you fucking kidding me?
Well, actually, I think you answered your own question there, and I buy it. I think he's right. I think that she has fucked this so bad that nobody wants anything to do with it as far as, like, taking on the responsibility. Because even JJ's like, I'll direct episode 9 for you, but I ain't taking it on. I ain't that fucking crazy. And I can see that. I can see everybody not wanting to touch it with a 10-foot pole.
That's
who
bullshit.
wants... Well, I understand. Oh, there's people who want to, but not the people that Disney wants to hire. Because there's word going around, and this is just rumors, but there's word going around that Dave Filoni, of course, stuck his hand up and goes, Here, me, sir, Mr. Mouse. And they're like, no, you just wait, And like
All
I
right.
said, yeah.
Then I will go ahead and I will step up. Iger, do you hear me? This is the voice of
Iger,
World
do you hear
Control.
me?
This is the voice of Doomcock, and I am telling you that I will take control of the Star Wars franchise, and I will guide it to new heights of success. And the first thing I'm going to do is go into that story room and show them all who the fuck I am, and that I know Star Wars, and by God, there's going to be a change on day fucking one. Make Star Wars great again. Hashtag Doomcock.
Yes, Doomcock. Yes, ST fanboy. Thank you for the $5 super chat. We always appreciate that. How in the hell is it a good business model to alienate and piss off the fans, customers of your IPs? And hello, your overlordness. They don't consider the fans customers. They don't.
Well, they're idiots. We pay money, idiots. Right?
Yeah.
We're customers, right?
Yes. Say Satani, thank you for the $2 super chat. Thank you very much. Well, yeah, there's the old rule in business, the 80-20 rule, where 80% of your business comes from 20% of your customers, and they don't think they need that 20% of customers that are going to go out and see this movie multiple times. They think they can get a whole bunch of these. And I hate using the word SJW, the term SJW. They think they can get a whole bunch of them to see the movie once, and that it would make up for it. No, it doesn't happen. They don't spend money in the first place.
Right. Well, and this is just another example of. This is why I believe this meeting actually happened, because I do think Iger realizes this, because that was one of the biggest points of contention in that whole thing was that. We're losing you lost the old fans, basically.
Yeah.
And that's a very important thing. That's why Disney spent $4 billion on it. That's what just it. It's like, okay, Kennedy sat right there and said basically in so many words, we don't need the old fans, or however it was put. I don't remember the exact quote of however she put it. But that's got to be the moment where Bob Iger took a double kick and was like, oh, what? We didn't just spend $4 billion on this franchise just to say fuck the old fans. You spent that much because you bought the old fans. They came with it. That was the whole point. Like, a guy goes and buys a McDonald's. He doesn't buy it, just because he wants to run a restaurant. He buys it because it's a McDonald's.
Yeah,
exactly.
Radioactive cosmic rays. How the fuck is Marvel Studios doing mostly, and so far it could change, fine under Disney, but Lucasfilm has been a complete and utter shit show. 2 words, Kevin Feige. Two words, Kevin Feige. Kevin Feige knows what he's doing. He knows the Kevin Feige. I don't want to sound like a pretentious, but Kevin Feige is one of us. He really is. Kevin Feige's a fan of all this shit. Kevin Feige loves this. He lives and breeds Marvel. He lives and breeds Captain America. And I can picture Kevin Feige having like the big long boxes of comics in his bedroom when he's a kid. Just like go running down to the comic book store and buying an armloads of back issues and new comics and everything. I can't picture Kathleen Kennedy playing with Star Wars shit. Right. I really can't.
Right. I doubt she had, a Leia doll on her desk all these years, or read very many comics as a kid. And we've pointed this out, I don't know how many damn times. If you're working with the type of people she's working with, you're not going to be a very creative person. So when you sit down in a room and your whole job is to oversee the creative arc to this entire franchise, then you need to get somebody on board with you to help you out and admit that's not your, strength, or not do it. Say, no, this job's not for me. She had that opportunity when Lucas asked her to take over Lucasfilm. You know what I mean? So it's half on her, at least, to where she must have felt at one point she was confident enough in herself to take on this job and take on this role. So. Well,
of course, the incompetent always think that they're supremely competent. That's part of their incompetence.
Mm-hmm.
Bad judgment.
Yeah. Yes. C. Satani says, well, is Kevin Feige going SJW? And like, no, he's not. He just kind of, he knows how to play the game, really. He knows how to play the PR game. Yeah. It's going to be more women in the MCU. Shut up. Leave me alone. Okay. That's what he pretty much says. But this is, like I said, I mean, I don't picture anybody in Kathleen Kennedy's little story group. I don't picture any of them playing with Star Wars shit when they were little either. I mean, you look, like I said, I could be wrong, and I don't want to sound sexist, but look at them. I mean, like I said, apart from them being all women and but
right.
none of them look like they were the types that were going to run down to the comic book store and buy the latest issues, or run out to Toys R Us and beg their mom to get them a Storm, like the latest action figures, a Boba Fett action figure or whatever. And I've actually had someone said to me, not that long ago, well, about how I go into comic book stores. Oh, women make up 40% of the audience, make up a huge part of the audience. And I'm like, how come I never see them in the comic book stores? How come I never see? I mean, really, how come I never see them in the comic book stores?
Well, there is women out there that are fans.
Yeah, there are. Yeah, but the excuse one of them gave me was, well, it's because you make them feel uncomfortable. I said, of all the ways I make women feel uncomfortable, that's not one of them.
Well, I think you are. I mean, I don't know if your whole entire point is on point, but there is, I think, something to what you're saying there. If you do look at her little story group, they don't look like the type of people that when they were kids that they were into something like Star Wars, and maybe that's where this mentality is coming from. Maybe that's why they're like, oh, girls didn't play with Star Wars because I wasn't into Star Wars when I was a kid. Now I got to make it for girls. It's like, yeah, girls like you may not have liked Star Wars, but there are plenty of women who were into Star Wars way before you were. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, I kind of disagree with what you guys are saying. I can picture those story group girls playing with Star Wars toys. I imagine one of them certainly took her brother's Luke Skywalker and went out in the yard and stuck him on top of a remote anthill, isolated from the other action figures. I bet one of them took a Lando figure and made it pansexual and put it up in a waist-high knothole in a tree where it was quite happy and undiscovered for years. I mean, that kind of thing. I'm sure that they played with plenty of Star Wars toys in that way.
Right.
Had Leia like flying through space when she was dead, into the ice box.
Like I said, and this whole thing about gatekeepers and everything, gatekeepers. Holy fuck, Jess Reed with a $50 super chat.
Holy hell! Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
I hope you didn't screw up and just mean to give us 5, man. Because if that's the case,
yeah, well,
son of a bitch, man.
If you did, we'll work with you on that. Okay?
Yeah, let us know.
let us know. Yeah, let us know about because I don't want to. What we do here, we love that you guys love the chat and everything, but we don't want to cause anybody any kind of financial duress, really. Yeah. So anyway, the last thing we need is anybody to miss their rent. So, but I was about to say about the whole thing about gatekeepers and everything. Oh well, you're gatekeeping. I'm like, no, I'm not gatekeeping. Somebody wants to like Star Wars, great, fine. Hey, a girl likes what I like. That's fucking awesome. Are you kidding me? I'm like, but we're coming down to the same excuses though. We really are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and it's like, for as far as that money goes there, Rob, I hope you got some lipstick because you better look pretty. You got a date.
Oh, jeez.
No, I'm just kidding.
You got a pretty mouth.
But no, it is. I don't think people like Gene Roddenberry and George Lucas, when they sat down to create these universes, were going, how can I make this a catalyst for somebody's social, political views so they can cram it down people's throats. In fact, it was more like the opposite. It was like, especially with Roddenberry, because he's like, how can I hide social commentary within what somebody feels is just a kid's show or a nonsense sci-fi show about aliens and spaceships? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Doomcock, do you have anything to say about that?
Yeah, I mean, he was definitely trying to do allegory. He was trying to be like Jonathan Swift on Gulliver's Travels. He was not trying to club over the head with, clumsy, stupid messages. He tried to be artful in his views. And primarily what he wanted to do is create a great show with great characters and tell stories with integrity. He wanted to be a great writer. That was the main thing he wanted. And I think he achieved that. Whereas these idiots, they just slap whatever crap they can put on a page and call it, a day and then piss off to happy hour. I don't think they know the meaning of hard work, these people.
Yes. Yeah. Anthony Altieri says, Rodimer went out of his way to make social political statements right in front of you, but at the same time, not make it noticeable. Yeah, and that was the beauty of it. I mean, take a look at some of the best episodes ever of Star Trek. A Private Little War, The Doomsday Machine, Errand of Mercy. What else? Mudd's Women. Mudd's Women was an anti-drug message. At the time, what
he had the first interracial kiss and did it in a way that he got it past everybody.
Right, that it was a forced thing that the Platonians were making him do, but nevertheless, it was a kiss.
Yes. Yeah, Snake Shit 172 says we missed some of Doomcock and all of Rob. I was just saying, Dewey 666. Oh no, the Satan has sent us $5. Should we accept it? Anyway, Dewey66, thanks for the super chat, $5 super chat. Thank you very much. Why does Hollywood think they can make money by pissing on fans? SJWs in China. I have friends in China and they hate STD because they don't know better. They really don't. They do not know better.
Right.
We've been through this countless times before. They think they're doing good work, and there's that word that Andre brought up, baizu, of well-meaning white people who think they are doing good work by doing this, and they're not.
Yeah.
I think it's arrogance and ego.
Big time.
Yeah.
All right. Another question.
So we're at the part of the show. We're going to start fielding questions.
Yeah, well, I think so.
Yeah, let's feel. We're going to take a few. We're going to take some questions. We're going to take a few questions. Lay them on us. Shifty wants to ask the Overlord, what do you do for work? His theory is a writer. He's a super villain. He's building a robot army.
That's time.
Yes, it takes all of my time trying to dominate the world and also to review pop culture artifacts that I find relevant in the canon wars, which I have declared a couple of videos back. I think that the destruction of our common mythology and our cultural heritage is one of my highest priorities. I don't want to take over a world where, Star Trek Discovery reigns supreme and Kennedy is pissed all over Star Wars and we're making what kind of world is that? I might as well just destroy it. So to save the world so that I can conquer it, get rid of this shit. Boycott Star Wars, get rid of Kennedy, boycott the hell out of Star Trek Discovery and mock it daily. That's really the only way to save the world, because goddamn it, if they don't get rid of that shit, I'm just going to let Harvey out. That's it.
That's what I figured.
Freedom Force wants to know, Doomcock, when do we take over Washington, D.C.? I'm sure that's the first to go.
Well, we got a little help now because you finally got monetized. Isn't that right, Doomcock?
Yes. Out of the blue. I don't know what the hell happened. One day I went to post a video and I see these little green circles with dollars on them. I think, what the fuck is this? And I mouse over it and it says monetized, and I laughed. I couldn't believe it. It was weird.
The robot army's getting a big time upgrade now.
Yeah, but now like there's videos of mine that they say they have yellow circles on them and they say not suitable for most advertisers. So,
you just challenge it.
Weaseling around, I don't know.
You just challenge it and eventually they'll let it go.
Yeah.
It's probably because you have something written in there. A long time ago, Rob and I played with it. We had Rob read some nursery rhymes, and we put pictures.
Mary had a little lamb.
Yeah, we put pictures of all kinds of various things just to see what would trigger it. Different versions, titled it all kinds of different things. You'd have been surprised what triggered that thing. It was strange.
It was completely random.
Yeah,
it's so weird. It's so weird. I don't know what the fuck it is, but. Yeah, and then, but the weird thing is I changed the title a little bit. Like I had referenced the good, the bad, and the ugly in the title. And I thought maybe that's it, so I got rid of that. And then a little later I came back and it was green. Yep. I hadn't challenged it or anything, but maybe that was it.
Sometimes that's all you got to do too, yeah.
Okay, well, anyway, a couple more questions. Ayok Ta, do you think theaters will stay alive through this SJW? I think eventually... I don't know. The audience has been in decline for over the last 10 years. Yeah, and they're about to piss off China. So I have no idea.
I'll tell you what, if they don't start making it easier and nicer for people to go to, because this is my experience real fast for going to see Jurassic World the other night. Mm-hmm. I think I told you this, Rob, but no, went to go see the movie. We were there almost an hour early. We sat through all the previews and crap, and all of a sudden Deadpool 2 starts. So I'm like, what the fuck? So we go out, and a couple of guys say, hey, we just asked him, we got to go into Theater 1. They flip-flop the movies. So everybody from Theater 1 comes over to the other theater, and there's tons of people in Jurassic World, of course. We all go pile into Theater 1. Well, then this lady comes in and goes, I'm sorry, we're going to switch the movie back. You guys go back over to Theater 5. So we're like, what the fuck? So we go back over to Theater 5. Well, of course, by the time we get over there, we lost our good seats, and it's 3D, so we didn't want to sit off to the side. So we're like, screw this. And the movie had already started and shit. It was just like, fuck that. So we went and got our money back and went the next day. But it was just like, if that kind of shit continues to happen on top of people left and right in theaters, because then the next day when we went to see it, there was kids in there with their cell phones going off. This one person, I had to ask the girl 3 times to turn her damn cell phone off. 3 times.
She probably looked at you.
Yeah, it was. It was like, well, it looked like it was some big sister taking her little brother to the movie. Fine,
really?
But yeah,
Wow.
It's like, why sit there on your phone?
And then the punchline was the unkindest cut of all. They showed you Jurassic World.
Yes.
Well, the sad part, that's funny you say that, because I kind of got pissy because there's a little baby screaming because some idiot brought a baby into the movie. But after a while, I'm like, I'm starting to agree with the kid.
SJW. Back to the questions. SJWs destroy everything. Why would the MCU bring in all the SJW characters that failed in the comics? I don't think they're going to bring in all the SJW characters. I really don't. I really, really don't. And now that they've got their hands on the X-Men and Silver Surfer and the Fantastic Four, they don't need to.
There is tons of strong female characters in the X-Men. Tons.
Oh my God! Yeah. I keep saying, yeah. Jeez,
I think Captain Marvel is more like, okay, nobody knows who this character is, and we don't have a lot of women, so if that's the only motivation, fine in that instance, I guess. It's when you take somebody like Iron Man or somebody like that and try and make it Iron Woman. That I don't think is going to work out too well in the future if they try that.
No, it didn't work in the comics very well, did it?
And like I said, I hate bringing up names. Movie Bob did the whole thing about, but you realize that the comic books are like a test kitchen for what diverse characters they could bring to the movies. I'm like, yeah, they're all failing though, Bob. They are all failing. Oh well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that they're not good. I'm like, yeah, it does matter. They're failing. All these characters are failing in the comics. Every single one of them. Jane Foster, Thor. Of Sam Wilson, Captain America, despite how much everyone loves Sam Wilson, Captain America, the book was selling under 10,000 issues. The freaking Asian Hulk, I mean, under 10,000 issues. They used to sell hundreds of thousands of issues. Granted, people aren't buying comics like they used to, but that meeting last year at the New York Comic Con, when the guy stood up, he says, "What are you doing? I can't sell these books. Kids are coming in looking for the same guys they see in the movies, and they're seeing all these different characters." He says, "I can't sell this. You guys are screwing me." And then they try to say, "Oh well, he's a racist." I'm like, no, he's not a racist. He's a businessman. He poured a lot of money into his business, and Marvel is putting out a shitty product.
Yeah, I mean, people go into the comic store in the same way that they're disappointed to find the wrong Captain America in their goddamn comic, in the same way that when you go to the store and you buy some mac and cheese and you bring it back home and it's full of, goddamn Raisin Bran.
I like Raisin Bran. Keeps me nice and regular, though. But anyway,
you bought mac and cheese.
When I want
but you wanted mac and cheese.
Yeah.
That's right. God damn it. Yeah. Okay. Anybody else out there got any questions, especially for our Overlord?
Underworld Dream. Didn't they say they're bringing Ms. Marvel in American Shadows? No, they kind of hinted at it, but not really. Kevin Feige does that. He plays that game. He hints at it a lot of stuff, but he says, "Oh yeah, that's a character we could be looking at in the future." I'm like, could be, and then all the clickbait sites. Oh, Marvel is bringing Ms. Marvel, the first Muslim superhero, to the movies. Oh my, this is a landmark moment. And I'm like, he actually didn't say that. He actually did not say that.
Well, just like remember it's going to be Miles Morales Spider-Man in the Marvel Universe too, remember?
Yeah, freaking king of clickbait, Jeff Snyder. Oh, there's 95% chance that Peter Parker is going to be white. Well, he looks pretty pasty to me. Any news on Star Trek, guys? From Cavalier 1645. Patrick Stewart is supposedly going to sign to do a new series any day now, but I really wish he wouldn't. I don't want to see old man Picard.
No.
I don't know. I kind of do. I think it'd be fun, but it depends on who's behind it. Unfortunately, the people behind it are going to suck.
Yes,
otherwise,
exactly.
Yeah.
We know who's going to be behind it. It's going to be Alex Kurtzman.
Of course.
Bad Robot, and so it's going to be shit. And let me tell you something about fucking Patrick Stewart. That guy is loaded. He's got a hell of a career. He has not needing this job, and for him to take it with this kind of pedigree in the creative background of his production, it's disgusting. I mean, it's like he does not give a fuck about his his legacy as Picard. He doesn't give a fuck about the fans. He doesn't give a fuck about Star Trek. I don't know what the fuck he thinks he's doing, but if he signs that goddamn thing, then he's fucking dead to me. He's fucking dead to me. Same thing with fucking Shatner. I take this shit very personally. These are parts that gave you your career. They really did. Both Shatner and Patrick Stewart owe a fuck of a lot to Star Trek. And for them to just say, oh, well, I'm going to come on and I'm going to go ahead and take the money. I know it's shit, but what the fuck? Fuck you. Fuck you. So that's how I feel about it. You signed that goddamn thing. Fuck you, Picard.
Yeah. Let's see what else we got.
It really makes me mad. I'm sorry.
No, it makes me mad too. Like I said, I don't want unless he's gonna be like an older admiral, just like sitting in office somewhere, and it's like, Admiral Picard, glad to, happy you can take a meeting with me. Oh, thank you for coming on such short notice.
He's going to be the commandant of Starfleet Academy, and it's going to be a goddamn Star Trek 90210.
Police Academy Star Trek. That sounds hilarious, though, actually.
Well, that'd be better.
He could be the Lassard character.
See, my brother Dino, one of the few interesting things one of my brothers ever came up with. He had a pitch for a Star Trek series, like a special branch of troubleshooters, where they would just be dispatched for, like a plague has broken out in the Aldebaran system. And, they go and they deal with something. Oh, we need to negotiate a trade route with between the Kardashians and help me out here, Doomcock. So with another alien, and Andoria, and the Andorians.
Yeah.
Oh yes, yeah, and then it's a different thing every week. And like Picard would be the guy everybody answers to. He would be the head of it because he's done his time, and he just administrates.
They work for me. My name is Picard.
Exactly. And you have all new characters that would take place after Nemesis, and that way you wouldn't pollute the timeline.
You know what I'm pissed about is I wanted him to be on Orville, and I wanted him to be like Seth MacFarlane's dad or grandfather, and be like this super duper awesome captain that he could never live up to kind of thing, and that's like his whole
that would have been great.
Yes.
Or if not Shatner, one of the two.
Yeah, those would have been great, but Picard would have been fantastic.
Yes. No, that would have been awesome. I'm still holding out hope that Erin Gray will be Kelly's mother.
You're such a bloody disappointment.
Yeah, that would be great. Erin Gray, yeah.
Oh, I loved her. Oh, yeah, I loved
hot.
Those skin tight outfits. Oh, giggity.
Yeah.
Okay.
Beady, I'm horny, Buck. Me too, little friend. Me too.
People poo-poo Buck Rogers. That Buck Rogers series was actually really, man. That Buck Rogers series was really good.
That is really one of my first memories of television was Buck Rogers.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yes. Billy Barnett, have you seen Final Space? I love Final Space. I fucking love Final Space. We need more science fiction like Final Space. We really do. It has genuine heart and emotion packed behind it.
He actually has a review on this channel if you want to check it out.
Yes. Actually, it's on the After Dark, or is it on the main channel?
After Dark.
Okay, yes. Yeah, it's actually really good. And for the people who said, "Oh, Violent Space sucks," but everybody, Hollywood Reporter, IndieWire, and everybody else who said Final Space wasn't going to last, I just want to say, suck it. Season 2 is on the way. Okay, I was right. You were wrong again. So anyway, back to the questions. Chakotay, Neon Demon Chakotay. Okay. Not sure what context that's in.
Shenyango brought up a good point earlier that I did actually answer in the chats, but that was, having like somebody like Chris Pratt come in and basically 007izing Indiana Jones. I say it's time. Considering Indiana Jones was loosely based on 007 anyway, since it was another incident where George Lucas couldn't get his hands on a property he wanted to, and so he came up with his own thing. And then loosely based it as well on the old serials like Star Wars, of course. It's only about time. It's a fresh idea enough that, you can keep setting stories and adventures in the same 30s to the 1940s time period and just keep switching out the actor. That's something I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't have an issue there.
Jojo Fricote says, ew, not Chris Pratt, please. But at the same time, you need someone that's likable, has enough presence.
Or what's his
Bradley
face
Cooper
who does... Yeah, Bradley Cooper. I was just going to say, who does Rocket Raccoon's voice. I was just going to say,
And I hate this, and I hate to say this, but Indiana Jones is one of those characters that kind of has to be white. So you can't really do so
just because of the
really
time period, sort of thing.
Just because of the time period. Because someone once brought it up. Oh well, just if Indiana Jones is African American, that doesn't change the character. I'm like, oh yeah, because the Nazis had plenty of all black units. I'm like, just like how does a black man get into Nazi Germany? I mean, he'll stand out like a sore thumb. So you there, what are you doing? You there. So
yeah, it really doesn't work.
Right,
it doesn't work. Yeah,
as long as they get Cleavon Little, that's the only way I'm watching
it. Garrett Morris.
There you go, Griffin. Garrett Morris. That would work too.
Will Griffin, what about a show like Time Tunnel? I'm not familiar with Time Tunnel.
It was a good show from the 60s. Irwin Allen, Doug and Tony hurtling through time. They would go to various historical points, and coincidentally, they would always land smack dab in the middle of some kind of fight and have to fight, and then, they'd get into the story. So I guess there was something about fights that basically sucked Doug and Tony into the land. I don't know. It was ridiculous. But the time tunnel itself was cool, a really cool complex, a series of concentric ovals going into the distance. One of the coolest sets from the 60s. Not a great show, but a great set.
All right, a couple more questions, guys. What do we got for us?
Yeah. The question about the Orville.
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah, you're right.
Clinton Jones, what's going on with the Orville Season 2 issues? Problems such as Lara being written off.
Are they having a lover's spat?
I don't know, but they've been kind of cagey about that.
Yeah, I'm wondering if they didn't break up.
Yeah. No, there's Seth and Halston Sage were spotted at a nightclub together. He got up and actually sang, I think he sang "Isn't It Romantic" actually to her. So, yeah. Geno X 1987, what happened to the planned remake of Highlander?
I think it's still going on. Last I knew, who was directing that? I totally fucking spaced it out. It's not James Mangold, but it's somebody like that. God damn it.
Oh.
But no, I'm not. That is actually, that's one of those franchises that probably could do all right if you rebooted it right. If you, it's not like the sequels to that really did it any justice. So. I don't know. I love the original though.
Yeah, the original was fun.
Shifty. Doesn't
One
Picard
of the best
have...
fucking soundtracks ever, I say.
Oh, yeah. Wait for my hammer to fall. Yeah, the
fucking Queen soundtrack, hell yeah.
Yeah. That's so sad, though. I mean, she gets older and he doesn't. That's just really terrible.
Who wants to live forever?
Shifty. Doesn't Picard have rheumatic syndrome by now? The show would be just him yelling at the grapes in the vineyard. That would be funny. That would be hysterical.
That would work on the Orville.
And then the grapes would start going, remember when he used to be smart? Yeah, I remember.
The Too Late Show.
Shut up, Wesley.
What about the Dread Netflix series? We don't have any more information.
Well, we don't know if it's going to be on Netflix or Amazon or anything like that. They're still working on it. Yeah, but rest assured, the moment something about that sumbitch drops, Andre will be all over it. So yeah, you'll definitely hear something on the main channel for sure.
Anything else here? I could see Karen Gillan taking over Indiana Jones. I'd watch Karen Gillan read the phone book. Giggity. So, Prince Caspian, if you had a chance to fix a bad movie with wasted potential to be good, what movie would it be? Sahara. With Matthew McConaughey, just because I'm a huge Clyde Cussler fan.
I'd say Star Trek First Contact. I thought it sucked.
Really?
Yeah, it sucked. And a lot of plot holes.
I know,
hated
but that's
the whole Vulcans in space first thing. I thought that completely hamstrung Enterprise. That's one of the reasons why Enterprise was a really weak and mediocre series. And of course, that whole big moment where Picard does this big speech, the line must be drawn here. And then she gives him the stink eye. And he goes, okay. And backs down. Terrible.
Yes, Snake Shift 172. Thank you for the $5 super chat. We appreciate that very much. Thank you again. Karen Gillan reading the phone book, eating fried foods because Scottish. Yes. Is Oliver Smith? He wants to know, is Harvey sleeping?
Yes. He's not around. I tried to find him. He must be off in another dimension, battling somewhere or something. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what he does when he's away.
Snake Shit had a question there too. It looks like.
Yes. What would be your best guess on how long it will take for Marvel to reclaim all their IPs?
Not long.
Not at this rate. Not much longer. I mean,
really, the only one left out there is Spider-Man because they can use the Hulk. They don't need to spend any money on the Hulk.
Yeah, they can use the Hulk and they can use Namor if they wanted to, but they just can't be in their own movie with them as the title character. But there's really not a whole lot of demand for a Namor movie. I wanted the Namor movie. A couple people in the chat said last night they wanted a Namor movie, but it's not much longer at this point. Ta, do you think Jon Kasdan would turn Indy to a bisexual like he did in Solo? He's gonna do it short. Yes.
Yes, I do.
He's gonna do mighty something. Fine in those jeans.
Why, Dr. Jones, whatever are you doing in those assless chaps?
I'm happy to see you, Belloc.
Neon Demon. Well, now Oliver Smith. Will Doomcock ever meet with Matt Jarbo? Probably, if we can have them on the same time. If our schedules ever link up.
Are you supposed to be on the one round table? Yeah. His schedule conflicted, so he wasn't able to make it. Yeah.
Actually, Neon Demon. Will Aquaman tank or will it do swimmingly? I think Aquaman is going to tank.
I think they're going to announce a change of date here. The rumor is they're moving it up, which is strange because they were sounding like they were more concerned if it was going to be done in time. But then again, I remember this is DC. They don't care.
They don't give a shit at this
done
point.
Enough. Send it out.
Will Griffin, who would you pick for Namor? Jason Momoa.
That's a lot of weird shit. That just sounds funny. Sounds like a tongue twister.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Shinyango the Dragon Slayer, Midnight's Edge. Any thoughts on the project remake The Last Jedi? Different plot for $50 million. Yeah, I think it's a scam.
What is our day job? His is IT repair. That's what Jess Reed said. So he must bring in the big bucks. Well, Doomcock's day job is he's a supervillain.
Yes, that's all I do.
Rob is a model. And I work for the government. No. Yeah. Rob actually is a stand-up comedian.
Yes.
And I don't know if he has any other part-time gigs right now. I used to have some more part-time gigs, but now I'm doing Midnight's Edge a little bit more full-time on top of my general taking care of my kid and stuff like that, since I'm the only one who does.
Cardboard Kenny, thank you for the $6.66 super chat.
This is Doomcock After Dark. It is. We don't mind Doomcock coming on and taking over the transmission because it's so much fun.
From time to time, yes.
Well, I would love it if it was like almost a weekly thing, but yeah. Oh, yeah. It almost has been to this point.
Yeah. I grew up, boy, Indiana Jones 5, Anthony Ingruber. Yes, Anthony Ingruber. Yes, why the hell not? Jeez. Because you guys got to put on a little weight, though. Hit the gym a little bit. Christopher Judge as Namor from J2.0 has Harlan Ellison continued to ride up until the end. I don't know. What was he working on anything?
Not that I know of. I don't know. I'm sure he was working on something. Some kind of fiction, probably.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I've got time for some more questions. We're up to 53 minutes. Got about a few more minutes here. Let me see what we got here. All right, guys, keep the questions coming, guys.
Gino wants to know if any of your comedy's online. And I think he won't show anybody because I've tried getting that guy to record a couple times for record his stand-up, and he won't do it for me, so I think he's afraid.
No, I do have some of it archived. It's just not on YouTube.
Get it up there.
Very early footage.
Get it. Oh, is it Young Baby Rob?
No, not Young Baby Rob.
Getting out on stage?
Unless 36 is young Baby Rob.
Before your voice broke?
Yes, my nuts dropped, and yeah.
Your whole act's about ice cream and G.I. Joes.
Oliver Smith, thoughts on the trailer for Matt Groening's Disenchantment? I haven't seen it yet. I'm going to have to get on that. 80s and guys, your thoughts on it? Have you seen it?
Which one?
Matt Groening's Disenchantment.
No, I haven't. Not yet.
No, I haven't at all.
Is that new one that's coming out? Yeah, I seen the trailer real quick for it, but that was it. It looks all right.
80s nostalgia guy. Serious question here. If they were to reboot the DCEU, who would you pick to play Superman? I have no idea. There's got to be somebody out there that they have that's
Peter Dinklage.
Yeah, Peter Dinklage. Ken Jeong from Community. I no.
Idris Elba.
Idris Elba will be playing everything.
Thank you, Willie Woodward.
Doom for the Overlord. If you had an evil pet, what would it be?
He already does.
Harvey.
Yeah.
No, Harvey's not a pet. No.
Well, you feed him and take care of him.
Like
he's in a cage,
Chewbacca
man.
Is raised
That's
pet.
true.
You know, that's an obscenity.
Yeah, but you got to keep him in a cage, I guess.
Otherwise, he destroy our universe.
Exactly. So I can't pet him and hug him and call him George.
I think I could see you with like a dragon or a dinosaur.
Yeah, I'd love a dragon. You know, a really cool one.
Live under the stairs like in the Munsters or the Outstanding.
Well, I'd have him flying around. I mean, I'd let him free range dragon. I don't think him locking them up. Medium-sized one. Just a great little guy to hang out with and start my fires and play fetch. I throw my enemies in the air and they retrieve them. Yeah.
Prince Caspian, is there Netflix shows you guys have just recently watched? Yes, Voltron Legendary Defender. That's what I've been watching.
Joe Caning asks, are there any books you guys want to see made into movies? Playboy. That's a book, right? I guess it's a magazine.
Playboy Girls of Summer.
No, I don't know. Offhand, Jesus, you guys can answer that because I can't think right now. Tales of a Fourth Grade Nothing. I don't know.
I'd like to see a new version of the Holcroft Covenant by Robert Ludlum.
I'd like to see Alan Moore's Lost Girls, largely because it is the most pornographic and obscene comic book that I have ever seen. I mean, it's really, really really, really pushing that edge of every possible perversion and kink. And by God, I'd love to see that in film. That'd be great.
Oliver Smith. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I said everything poops, maybe? I don't know.
Everybody poops, yeah.
No.
Oliver Smith. Oliver Smith wants to know: are you and Harvey into? Wants to know from Doomcock: are you and Harvey into animation?
Yeah, absolutely. We love animation.
Doomcock's been animated once.
Yes, that's right. You guys did an animation of Doomcock,
and he might come back. I don't know. We'll have to see.
Yes. It's quite possible. Yes, with the Trek logs.
Yes. Danger Dave, is Harvey evil enough to date Kathleen Kennedy and tell her that she's been doing a good job with Star Wars?
Anybody's that. I think the devil will be like, "Oh, I can't do it, guys." Yeah, my devil's the one like the one on South Park. Yeah.
Frank Marshall, her husband's already got that job. So.
Yeah.
I keep saying I picture Kathleen Kennedy's husband just like sitting by the pool now with like a drink in his hand, sunglasses, Hawaiian shirt, just relaxing. Hey, honey, how was your day?
They're pushing back that Indy thing. Oh, that's too bad. I'll have to wait a while and sit by the pool. Yeah. I'm sure he's up to other shit, but
he's flying like Swedish masseuses in from Malmo. Honey, this is Ingrid. You're gonna love her.
How can we afford that? Well, you got the Star Wars money.
Yeah, right. But no, Harvey would not have anything to do with Kathleen Kennedy except devouring her soul, just like he wants to do with everyone. So yeah, Kathleen Kennedy doesn't mean shit to Harvey.
Tastes like chicken.
Tastes like spoiled chicken. Yes.
Dan Kilroy, any opinions on Bendis taking over the Superman comics? I would say I remember hearing Professor Geek saying that he's the wrong guy to be doing this. And that's a guy, actually, Professor Geek, I'd love to have on. One, he says we're gonna see about getting him on. If you guys in the chat, if you're familiar, would you like to hear him on a live stream with us? Let us know. And if you're out there, Professor Geek, if you're listening to us right now, please let us know if you'd be willing to come on. Let's see. Okay. We're up to 59 minutes, guys. A couple more questions. We'll probably call it a night. Have you guys, Zetherial, have you guys watched Dragon Ball Abridged? What do you think of it? Highly recommended if you haven't. So much better than normal DBZ. I'm not that big a fan of DBZ. I kind of like it, but it's like, it's people are into it way more than I am, and that's cool.
I'm sorry, Jess Reed, but after that contribution, I'll have to do my best to get the next Trek log out there as soon as possible. Because, yeah, I know we've been talking about it, and everything keeps getting in the way, like the next mini documentary. But we did have that editorial come out today, like I promised. So check that out if you guys haven't seen it yet.
Stephen Anderson says, "Who is this geek fellow?" He's got a YouTube channel, Professor Geek. He does a lot of good stuff. I mean, check him out. He's well worth your while.
Shinyango the Dragon Slayer. I actually kind of hope Aquaman gets pushed back to a later date so that Alita Battle Angel stands a better chance given how crowded December will be this year. It is a little bit crowded, but there's nothing that really sticks out too big to me outside of Aquaman, I guess, right now. I mean, there's Mary Poppins 2, which I think it'll do all right probably, but I hope it's not a big hit for Disney unless it's a decent film, which I just don't see. What else is coming out this winter?
Drew Hughes says, what do you guys think of the Creed 2 trailer? Haven't seen it yet.
It looked pretty good. I was actually a little impressed. I was expecting it to be a bit cornier than it was, but I don't know. Did you see it, Doomcock? Are you a Rocky
I haven't
fan?
seen it. Which is it?
Are you a Rocky fan? It's Creed 2.
I haven't seen Creed. I heard that it was quite good, but I haven't. I am a Rocky fan. I love Rocky, but I have not seen those movies.
Yeah, you should check them out. Pretty good.
Igorot, boy, how about Anthony Ingruber as young Indiana Jones? Yes, that would work.
Yes, absolutely. That's what they should have done in the first place.
Yes. Oliver Smith, how will the MCU end? I don't think it will. I really don't. I think...
with a whipper instead of a bang.
Yeah. Right now, I mean, all these movies are on the way, regardless if you want them or not.
If you're talking about the movies, yeah.
And Kevin Feige has said that they consider these parts like James Bond, that they'll recast them at some point. Twin River 100. Have you seen Hellsing Ultimate on a Bridge? If so, thoughts? No, I have not seen it. Cardboard Kenny. Have you guys seen it? Have you guys seen it?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Cardboard Kenny. Why do you evil bastards always do these when us 4 second shift workers never see the whole thing live?
Sorry, guys.
Sorry, guys. We'll have to do one on like a Saturday afternoon if we get a chance.
Yeah.
Yes, Cardboard Kenny. Now that I am monetized, I am going to start doing my own live broadcasts. So I will contact you, sir, and try to figure out a time when you can join Doomcock. And we'll have some fun. You know, I always love hearing from Cardboard Kenny. He's just such a great guy. He's making a miniature set for Doomcock. And man, what a mensch. Cardboard Kenny, we love you.
Yes, Cardboard Kenny, one of our super chatters tonight. Curtis Shaw, who isn't excited to see Ms. Marvel, America Chavez movies, sarcasm. Vote Saxon. Actually, you know what? I really hated the idea that she upstaged Captain America and punched Hitler. I'm like, oh, come on. Vote Saxon, best comic book to adapt as a Netflix show. Which upcoming comic as one that hasn't been done yet? You mean? I think Moon Knight would be a good one.
Yeah, Moon Knight would be cool.
Archie.
Love and Rockets. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Love and Rockets.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah. There used to be a comic I used to read, Chuck Austin, and it was in the section, the naughty section, called Strips. Chuck Austin wrote it about his days in college, and it actually was not bad. Chuck Austin, who used to be an artist for Marvel, it actually wasn't pretty bad. Wasn't pretty bad. Wasn't that bad. But it just came out. They were just released. He did the first 6 or 8 issues, and then there was like a 3 or 4 year gap between issue number 10 and issue 11. So everybody kind of forgot about it.
Huh. Yeah, that happens. They delay too long, and then you just loses momentum, and you stop giving a shit. I never bought series anymore. I just would buy collections when it's done. You know.
Oh, I love the idea of trade paperbacks. Yeah. I absolutely love them. Jeez. Oliver Smith, will there be reimagining of Star Wars before our deathbeds? No. I hope not.
Eventually, but probably not before most of us are gone.
That Harv guy would have loved Moon Knight on Netflix, but Disney is cutting off Netflix at the end of 2019, right? No, we don't think so. We haven't heard anything like that.
What do you mean?
Disney's cutting off Netflix at the end of 2019. No, actually,
they're pulling all their Disney stuff, but not anything.
Netflix shows.
Not the Netflix Marvel shows, no, because they have a contract, I'm sure.
Yeah,
but that doesn't mean they won't be done by then. But who knows? I doubt it.
And they don't want anything rated R on the Disney streaming service, from what I hear. And the Netflix stuff is a lot edgier, so they may keep that.
I just see them either doing a more adult-oriented streaming service or utilizing Hulu, like push Hulu big time with all the Disney and Fox stuff and the television, because they got to. That's the thing. Once this merger goes through, that's why we said they want all this content. They've got tons and tons of content. Disney and Fox are 2 of the oldest studios in Hollywood.
Yeah. They want all this stuff. Family Guy, MASH. I mean, they want a lot of that. I mean, Geno X 1987. Would you like to see Squirrel Girl as a supporting sidekick for a big name Marvel character like Tony Stark or Peter Parker? I want her to show up in a Spider-Man movie. I really do.
Doesn't she already have like a TV series or a movie coming out? She's in part of a TV series, isn't she?
Yeah. The Young Warriors.
Yeah, that's right.
The AT&T girl is supposed to be playing her.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Zetherol, do you think the 2011 Thundercats came out at the wrong time, in the wrong place? It would have done well as Voltron on Netflix if it were to come out now. Yes, I think.
Same thing with Masters of the Universe reboot. I agree. Yeah. I mean, Cartoon Network. I can't fault them for not pushing it. They did a good job, but I think it was just too soon. Like now, I think people would eat it up a lot more than they were able to then.
Yeah. Okay, guys. A couple more questions here. We're closing in
Yeah.
on 11:30, and a couple more questions. Wait, the 18-year-old didn't get a giggity? Oh yeah. Well, it was a gigatus interruptus on that one. So.
I love how you made it sound so Latin-y.
She is giggity. Oh, giggity. Since Disney will absorb Fox, what will happen to Deadpool? I don't think anything's going to happen to Deadpool.
Depends on what you mean by absorb, because they're buying the company, but it's still going to run for the most part as a separate company and a separate entity as far as like what their slate is, and they're going to continue to function as Fox. Now, I'm surely going to be some things crossed over, especially in the higher up, but I don't think it's going to change all that much. And they've already expressed that they're not going to plan on changing Deadpool. And considering the second film did really well, I doubt they're going to change him much at all.
Yeah.
Doomcock, anything on that? Otherwise, yeah. One more question, then we can call her a night.
No, I don't have any anything to add to what you guys said on that one.
Yeah. Somebody just asked about the Godzilla anime series, and I think it's already on Netflix.
I think they were asking about a sequel date.
Sequel. Okay. Well, okay.
I have no idea. Usually, Netflix is pretty good about the same time every year.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I would look for it about the same time, whatever time it was that the original was on.
Yeah. Well, according to this, May 18th, 2018. So it should already be.
Oh, that's there you go.
Yeah. I don't know if that's the date for Japan or if it's
BPN.
or if it's for Netflix or whatever. But I'm just excited that we're going to be getting more Macross at some point in the U.S. now that that lawsuit's been settled. The Too Late Show. Wouldn't a live action Castlevania like Indiana Jones be badass? Yes, that would be cool. That would be very cool. Oliver Smith said SJW influence that's going around entertainment industry peter out eventually. Yeah, I think people are going to get tired of it. You guys think so? I mean,
yeah, I think they will.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Kill off Foxmen and do them properly, though. Yeah, I think that's the plan. I think that's the plan already.
Dark Phoenix is going to be the last.
They were saying that before the merger. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not only that, I'm sure a lot of the actors are getting pricey to get together.
Cardboard Kenny, will this dating site get me the results I desire?
Yes, you will get a date with one of Doomcock's robots.
Yeah, just hit me up on Patreon, Kenny. I'll get you set up.
Steve Ayers said, since Jim Lee has more power in DC films, do you think he would ever push Wildstorm movies like Wildcats or Gen 13? I'm not familiar with Wildstorm. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either.
Okay, a couple more questions. Prince Caspian, what do you think of MoviePass losing profit after bad decisions, especially when AMC announced their AMC Stub A-list program? I think MoviePass needs to really get its act together because I like the idea of MoviePass. I really do.
I have it. It works.
Jess Reed, can our Lord D a voice besides? Can you do for Doomcock? Can you do a voice besides Hank Hill?
What voice?
I think they mean besides anybody on King of the Hill.
Well, yes.
Oh yeah, yes, he can do lots of voices.
Let's see.
Yeah, I tell you what, that Hank, he's overrated. He's never even been abducted. He's never been probed. He's never seen Squatch. All he does is talk about propane. That's really not kind of a qualification for a man. I wouldn't tell him that to his face. He'd kick my ass.
I'll tell you what, man, that dang old deep state, man, you're taking the dubbing people, that dang old black site, man, don't get Guantanamo, man, that naked pyramid, man, that tell you, man, it's no good, man. So, okay, all right, guys, we're going to have to do a couple more questions. Seriously, we got to call tonight. Who's worse, Tom Rothman or James G. Robinson? I think Tom Rothman, his voice, I think he really is. How would you treat Fantastic Four reboot from Disney? Doom should be fairly easy, but is there anything you would want for the main characters to be? I want them to be a family, to act like a family.
Victor Van Doomcock must play Dr. Doom.
Yes.
I would be the logical choice, damn it.
Right.
They should. Yes, they should.
I am the pod, right?
I am the Doom.
Yes. All right, guys. One last question of the night. Sorry, but we got to wrap this up. Any advice how to move on? How to move on after losing a beloved pet? One day at a time. I never stopped missing my former dog. Yeah.
Yeah, I've lost many pets, and it always hurts. And the old cliche, "Time heals all wounds," is true. But you've just gotta get through it and try to distract yourself. Try to watch things that fill you with joy. Great movies like Raiders and things like that. Read a
just
really
not like
good
Cujo or something like that. That's a good idea.
If you ever just remember, it's just people say, "Oh, it's horrible. A dog doesn't live that long," but they give you every single bit of love they have. Right. That's in the short time that they're here. So that's at least you can take some comfort in that.
Yeah.
So okay.
Speaking of, I got to let my dog out, and I'm sure Harvey's got to feed his dragon. So.
All right. Yes.
Doomcock's got to feed his dragon.
We got one more question, guys. One more question before we go. Too Late Show. Do you think if Todd McFarlane killed himself when Kurt Cobain did? Oh no, they're more legendary than washed up. No, I don't want to touch that.
Is that your brother Dave?
Sounds like it.
Oh man.
Sounds like a question you'd ask. Hold on, one more good one, guys. One more good one.
Oh, that was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
He's probably trying to stalk Paul McCartney right now.
He's trolling you, Rob.
Robert Kenny, does this look infected? No, go see a doctor.
That's always my advice. All right.
What celebrity would have been better dying than a living singing career? I miss my dog. My dog lived 20 years. I miss him, yes. My dog lives 17. I miss her. Come on, guys. One more question.
Do you think
Snake should... had one more. I think it's time to go.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I think. Okay. Do you think 2017 writer's strike caused the rise of the SJW series? I think they brought in a lot of hack writers to fill in, but I don't think so. I think just a lot of people think with good intentions are ruining everything. Okay, guys. That's Best Police Academy sequel. Police Academy 2.
4.
4? Okay.
4.
Very good. Does Brian Johnson look infected? I think he does. That big round head is swelling. So
in 25 years, that they will name an infection after him. So anyway, thank you so much for listening to us, and thank you so much, Doomcock, for gracing us with your presence once again. It's always a blast when you're aboard.
Thank you. It's a great pleasure to be here with you guys.
Yes, thank you to everyone in the chat. Thank you for the super chats. If you like what we do, click subscribe, click the bell icon, visit us on Patreon. Don't forget to subscribe to Doomcock's channel. Don't forget to click the bell on his channel. And don't forget to check out his Patreon, his store at, give him the address of the store.
It is Zazzle.com/DVD_shop_A_Rama.
I think he just likes hearing you say Zazzle.
Zazzle.com.
Zazzle.com. Yes.
For Doomcock. Yes.
Yes. Doomcock is the cure for STD. Just remember that.
That's right.
Yes. So anyway, thank you everybody for joining us. Thank you, Doomcock. Thank you, Tom. And
yes.
We will catch you.